Now let's turn our attention eastwards to an aeroplane making its way from Thailand to an island in the Pacific Ocean. This plane is transporting Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, the publisher who exposed US war crimes in Afghanistan and Iraq, and who has been paying the price for over a decade. Assange has been released from prison. He was incarcerated for over 5 years in the UK. But he's out now and on his way to an American overseas territory called the Northern Mariana Islands. There he will stand before an American federal judge. He will plead guilty to one charge under the US Espionage Act and then be sentenced to time already served, which means that tomorrow Julian Assange will be a free man. Here's our report.
Julian Assange isn't free yet, but he's on the verge of getting his freedom. He's on the way to an American court, located here, in Saipan, the capital of the Northern Mariana Islands, a US overseas territory in the Pacific Ocean. Thousands of kilometers away from the mainland US, and close to Assange's home country, Australia. Assange agreed to go to the court in Saipan as part of his plea deal, the deal that has been worked out to secure his freedom. In 2010, WikiLeaks, founded by Julian Assange, rose to global prominence because it leaked hundreds of thousands of classified US documents related to America's wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The documents, videos, and diplomatic cables proved one thing: that American soldiers had committed war crimes, that they had shot down unarmed civilians in Afghanistan and Iraq. What did Assange get for his troubles? What was his reward for exposing American war crimes? Well, he was made an example of, a warning to others looking to expose the US. In November 2010, just months after he exposed the American hypocrisy, a Swedish court ordered his arrest for alleged sex crimes. Assange has denied the accusations, and the Swedes eventually dropped the case, saying there wasn't enough evidence. But the case was used to hound Assange for years. It came while Assange was in the UK. For 2 years, he appealed his extradition to Sweden. And then, when his appeals were exhausted, he fled into the Ecuadorian embassy in London in June 2012. For the next 7 years, Assange stayed inside the Ecuadorian embassy. But then, in April 2019, the Ecuadorians kicked him out. And as soon as he stepped out of the embassy, he was arrested. Why? For skipping bail and entering the embassy back in 2012. It was supposed to be a short stint in prison, under a year for skipping bail. But while he was inside, the US government made its move. It asked Britain to extradite Assange. Washington wanted to charge him under the US Espionage Act, which is usually reserved for US government employees who leak state secrets. So, for the past 5 years, Assange has stayed in a British high-security prison, fighting against the extradition to the US. And it seems that yesterday he finally decided to hang his gloves. He secured bail to fly to the Northern Mariana Islands. He is scheduled to appear at a court in Saipan tomorrow morning. There, he will be pleading guilty to one charge under the US Espionage Act in front of an American judge. Reports say that the judge will sentence him for his crime to time already served, meaning the 5-odd years in British prison. After the sentencing, Assange should be a free man, free to return to his home country, Australia, where his family awaits him with cautious optimism.
I feel elated. I also feel worried, because I'm so used to this. Anything could happen. I'm worried that until it's fully signed off, I worry. But it looks like we've got there, and Julian's free. So I'll really believe it when I have him in front of me, and I can take him and hug him, and then it will be real.